This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen. We begin with the latest on COVID-19 in Kern County, and we finally have confirmation that the Omicron variant is in Kern. Public Health updated the latest numbers today to show 10 cases of the variant confirmed locally. New data also shows 324 new cases of the virus overall and no new deaths. We appear to be entering another surge. Nearly 700 people alone tested positive for the virus 2 days after Christmas. However, the good news is we're seeing a decline in hospitalizations. We're also seeing an increase in vaccinations. Bryn Kerrigan, director of the Department of Public Health, announced this morning that 1,040,104 doses of the vaccine have been administered locally. 52.2% of Kern's 5+ population have been fully vaccinated, and 59% have been at least partially vaccinated.
According to the California Department of Public Health, unvaccinated Californians are 5.2 times more likely to get COVID-19, 14.5 times more likely to be hospitalized with COVID-19, and 15 times more likely to die from COVID-19 than fully vaccinated Californians.
Kerrigan also announced the county's bringing in 3 state staff strike teams consisting of 6 registered nurses, 6 licensed vocational nurses, and 6 paramedics on each team assigned to the ERs in 3 hospitals. The teams are expected to arrive Monday and stay in Kern through the end of February.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OB/GYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
17 News is your local election headquarters. Breaking news this morning, Gill, the former CEO of the Bakersfield Homeless Center, will no longer be running for Congress against Kevin McCarthy. Instead, he's turning his attention to the Kern County Board of Supervisors. 17's Chris Burton joins us in studio now with more. Chris?
Yeah, Maddie, yesterday we received official word that District 3's Mike Maggard would not run for re-election, and today more news out of Kern's 3rd, where Gill has set his sights on a supervisor seat. I sat down with Gill after his announcement this morning. He said he was keeping an eye on Maggard's plans, and the latter's decision to retire was the, quote, final step in deciding to run for that seat. Also key in that decision, the months-long California redistricting process, which delivered finalized maps for each new congressional district last week. The 23rd district, where Gill would have gone up against House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, has now essentially become the 20th district, stretching into parts of Fresno and Clovis and reaching more likely Republican voters as it does so. Gill isn't ruling out another swing at a congressional seat, but says that right now he's concentrating on the county.
Oh, I don't think that door has closed forever. Well, none of us know the future, but I do know that that is something that I will be paying attention to. But today, the focus is here in Kern County. I want to look at serving this district.
Although others have indicated interest, Gill is the first to formally announce his candidacy for the seat Maggard will depart. There's a long way to go between now and this November's midterm election. For the latest on who's running and where, tune in or head to our website, kget.com. Maddie?
17 Crime Watch now. Still no arrests after a juvenile was wounded in a shooting yesterday in East Bakersfield. Deputies were called to Pioneer Drive near Sterling Road at around 4 p.m. When they arrived, deputies conducted an investigation and learned that the victim had been shot in the stomach and was already at the hospital. The Kern County Sheriff's Office says the juvenile is stable. Anyone with information is asked to call KCSO at 861-3110. And now to one of our signature issues at TV 17, pedestrian safety. Less than 3 weeks after city and county leaders called on the California Department of Transportation to improve pedestrian safety on Union Avenue in Bakersfield, Caltrans is signaling they're ready to move. The executive director of the Kern Council of Governments says Caltrans informed him just yesterday they've agreed to launch a comprehensive project to reduce pedestrian deaths and injuries from vehicle accidents.
What they're going to propose is commonly known as a road diet, where they take away some lanes, reduce the speeds of the vehicles, make it much more comfortable for bicycles and pedestrians, and won't guarantee that people won't run across the road in the middle of the night, but if a pedestrian or a bicyclist gets hit by a car doing 25 miles an hour, it's much less likely to be fatal than if they're hit by a car doing 45 miles an hour.
Complete details on the Union Avenue Pedestrian Safety Improvement Project will be released during a meeting with Caltrans and local officials on January 28th. From our 17 News follow-up file now, what sheriff's officials describe as a portion of the stolen Buck Owens guitar has been located. KCSO says part of the guitar was found Friday in an abandoned building in downtown Bakersfield. The Bakersfield Police Department received a tip that led to the building on O Street and notified the sheriff's office. The guitar was stolen 4 days earlier from the Buck Owens post office on Minner Avenue in Oildale. No arrests have been made. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service is offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of whoever's responsible. If you know anything, you're asked to call KCSO at 861-3110 or Secret Witness at 322-4040. Frustrated with rising gas prices? New analysis suggests you'll be frustrated well into the spring. Price tracking company GasBuddy expects gasoline costs to keep going up for several months and peak in May or June. GasBuddy says the national average for a gallon of regular gas could reach $4 by then. Right now, it's about $3.28 a gallon. Here in California, though, the price is already well beyond that prediction at $4.66. Prices are expected to start easing in the second half of the year as oil production catches up with demand. Starbucks will now be requiring its employees to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Yesterday's announcement came as the company prepares to comply with the Biden administration's vaccine or test COVID requirements for private businesses. Starbucks employees have until January 10th to disclose their vaccination status and until February 9th to become fully vaccinated. If they're not, they'll have to present a negative COVID-19 test no more than 7 days before their next shift and once a week going forward. Well, there were no winners in last night's Powerball drawing. The jackpot prize is now set at $575 million. The cash value is a little over $409 million. There have now been 38 Powerball drawings in a row without a winner. You can try your luck in the next drawing tomorrow, but the odds of winning are just 1 in 292 million. The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.